Hey you guys, this is Psycho, and it's a lot harder to find time to get these going once a day, so I'm just going to do them whenever I can. I have been keeping up with my study, but I'm just going to go ahead and go over what I've been studying right now. And we're going to go through James chapter 1 and chapter 2, which would have covered me not posting on Monday and Tuesday. Let's get it going. First, I want to point out that it says James, a bondservant of God, which my friend Ryan did tell me that means this is a letter, and it was James writing the letter. He's essentially just addressing himself and who he is, and he's a bondservant of God, so that's pretty cool. First thing that pops out to me is the 5th sentence of chapter 1. But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. So essentially, just be like, yo God, hook me up, bro. He'll help you out, in all seriousness. If you ask for wisdom, obviously relevant wisdom, he will hook you up. If you need help learning how to evangelize, he will hook you up. If you need help to teach the Bible, he will hook you up. You just have to ask. And essentially 6 goes over what I said. It has to be relevant, speaking that it had to be done in faith, and to not have any doubts. 10 through 11. Now I don't know if this is exactly what it means, but this is what I got of it. And the rich man is to glory in his humiliation. Being like flowering grass, he will pass away. For the sun rises with a scorching wind, and withers the grass, and its flowers fall off, and the beauty of its appearance is destroyed. So too, the rich man in the midst of his pursuits will fade away. Now, flowers need sun, you know what I mean? I would go as far to say that flowers really need sun, like lots. So, let's go ahead and parallel that sun to like money and power. Now, I know that flowers can't really move too much to get into the sun, but let's just pretend that they could. If these flowers just keep getting the sun, they're like, let's get the sun. I need it because it feels good. It is great. It makes me powerful. They will wither away because they'll burn in the sun. I guess you could kind of parallel that to money and power. When you're all like, yeah, I need money because it makes me have a lot of things and it's really cool. Yeah. Then you wither away. Regardless if that is what was meant to be saying, I still think that's pretty good. Pretty good parallel. Sentence 13 goes ahead and says that God does not tempt, and he also cannot be tempted. So you cannot go ahead and say that God is tempting you with something because God doesn't tempt. So in general, that must mean that only the evil one can tempt, because there's only good and evil. And since good doesn't tempt, evil must. So hate evil if you're being tempted. Never hate God. Sentence 19 through 22 speaks to be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. I just want to point out that there is only 1 quick and 2 slows. So in general, slow is good. Slow and steady wins the race, as you might say. So what I'm getting at here is that's a whole 66% of slow. So before we even get to what needs to be slowed, let's take a look back and think about this. If you come up to the decision to either be fast or slow in something, take it slow. Because in most occasions, God likes to do things slow. He generally does not just like blow up something. It's generally a slow thing because he likes to test your patience. And training to be slow and to be sure that you're doing things correctly, like we talked in the back part where you had to be careful in what you do, it's the same thing. Just be slow in what you're doing. Now let's go ahead and look at what we're doing, because this is even more important. Be quick to hear, which means pay attention to what's around you. Be sure to learn, and to learn it quickly. However, be slow to speak. It's kind of hard for me to understand slow to speak. Me personally, I just like to be like blah, 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 and like me saying what people should do and stuff of that nature. But I guess it's to, when you're speaking and giving orders, also be taking in what other people are saying. So if you are a leader, for example, also be slow to speak in that don't just say all the orders, take in opinions as well. And also be slow to anger, which is pretty obvious. We've talked about anger several times now and how it's bad. And then it continues to go into the fact that for the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness of God. It just blatantly says it. Anger clearly is just not a good emotion for the righteousness of God. But I'm confused. Maybe there's 2 different words in the Hebrew language for anger, because I know that Jesus was angry in the temple, and all he did was for the righteousness of God. That's something to definitely look into. Do they use separate words of anger in that? And is there multiple words for anger? Because maybe this one's more like irrational anger, you know what I mean? Prove yourself doers of the word and not merely hearers who delude themselves. Don't just be hearers and say, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, Giving money, great idea. Doing work of God, great idea, right. But then not do it, that's stupid. Don't even. Just start doing it. Start going out and proving your worth for God. You know what I'm saying? Simple. 26. If anyone thinks himself to be religious and does not bridle his tongue but deceives his own heart, this man's religion is worthless. What I get out of that is essentially, if you're just calling yourself a Christian but not doing the works of a Christian, your Christianity is worthless. It's as plain as that. I know that's brutal, but that's just period. You know what I mean? So don't be a worthless Christian. Get something going. So that is chapter 1. I actually just decided that, hey, maybe we'll just split this up into 2. And while I'm rendering this video, I will continue to do chapter 2. That way the videos aren't too long. So thanks so much for watching. And I challenge you to not be a worthless Christian. Delve into your Bible. Get it going. Evangelize. Bring the Lord's light to everything that you can touch. Anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching. Peace out.